All right, there we go. All right, there we go. We are live here. Just waiting for Cody to get in. So appreciate you guys as you guys are coming in. What's up, big dog? Welcome back, brother. Glad to have you in here for what's in your portfolio. Just waiting for Cody. Gonna go over things in just a second. Just gotta see. All right, let's see. Still going. All right, there we go. Everything's still good. Okay. Oh yeah, I'm on late. Yeah, we were about an hour behind. About an hour behind on everything, but hey, we're in here now. We're gonna keep it going. Uh, Hopefully, you guys, if you want to join in and ask your questions about your portfolio and everything, we do this once a week. Just couldn't do it yesterday because of being running my moving business, but it's crazy. But I'm gonna talk all about my businesses, my portfolio, my real estate portfolio, all that stuff, and that's what we do at once a week. And I go over all my really what I do is I go over all my losses. So that's all I've been doing is taking losses and L's over the last several weeks. So it's been kind of crazy. Been kind of crazy. But Cody should be in here. If you're just joining, definitely give us a like and a share. If you're a moderator, just let me know if you got the link for the Discord. As if you want to join our Discord, it is on. You gotta become a member of Patreon. Link is there, and more than happy to have people come in. Definitely chat, and you guys can ask us questions directly and everything like that. As Cody and I will have access to it all day throughout every day. Cody should be coming on in about 10 minutes to go over his live. I know that he purchased some quant. I did get my brother in. He bought a huge bag of um, Ethereum and Bitcoin, and he also bought some chain link too. So shout out to my brother for finally getting into the crypto thing and just moving away from steady stock investment as well. But glad to glad that he started his investment journey as well. And it's going to be a while before people start really joining in. Really appreciate all the support and likes and everything. Shout out to Big Dog. Yeah, I do like Litecoin. It's on my follow list, but I haven't put any money into it. I just put some money into Chainlink, which I'm actually that's a quick little caveat. I'm announcing it on, of course, on Patreon. So if you're live on Patreon, we are definitely if you're on our Patreon, definitely can see all of our buy orders. Alrighty, and Cody should be coming on shortly. Oh man, I can't type for crap. All right. And if you want to join the Patreon, link is in the description in the bio, in my TikTok bio, as well as the YouTube page and Instagram page. So definitely, if you guys want to join, it's there. It's $3. You get my bio alerts and everything. You can upgrade to the next level if you want to get more in-depth portfolio analysis, or if you want to discuss businesses and get some one-on-one consultation about whether or not your business is viable, or if you got a good business plan or anything like that, I can definitely help you out. I've started uh, I've started 5 businesses in my life, 2 of which have become very successful. I've invested in many others and other people's over the years, which have become very successful in their own rights. So I've definitely made all the mistakes and everything. If you're looking to join, if you're looking for that advice, you can definitely join in. You get one consultation a week, 1 hour each week, with that, we just schedule it throughout the week. I used to do them just on Sundays, but now I'm getting up to quite a few people, so I'm looking to grow it to do it on other days for you guys. So that way, you guys can get the benefits of the world, and you can ask a little bit more in-depth questions. I know, people don't like to air out their personal finances on live. It is definitely a very personal thing, and not everybody wants to share their losses. That's okay. Not everybody's as comfortable as me. But remember, if you do want to sign up and join, just remember, I'm not a licensed financial advisor. However, I'm a licensed broker. So I have a Series 7, not a Series 6. They're two vastly different things. We're both authorized by FINRA and the SEC, but however, a certified financial planner helps guide you to your end goal for financial success, whereas I just execute your trades. That's it. We both have a fiduciary responsibility to let you know if something is not a good investment, if something is a fraud, if it's kind of questionable. We are obligated to tell you, but I can't tell you anything about life policies, trading, taxes, all that stuff. I really just buy and sell. That's all I really do. If you wanted to hire me as a trader, you certainly could, but a lot of you guys, in order to be a successful trader, you need a big fund, and I'm not looking to do that. I'm not looking to take on clients, but I am willing to help people. And that program, the next level Patreon, is designed to get you not be there the whole time. Like, you're not supposed to be paying that every month. You're supposed to be doing that, I would say, like 3 to 6 months. Hopefully we can get that going. But anyway, we're going to get this started. I know Cody should be joining any second now. We're going to have him on, discuss the portfolio. But as we do it, let's just go over where the market is at. And right now we are at Bitcoin's up almost 2%. It was just over 27,000 a few moments ago. We got ETH up 0.5%. We have XRP up almost 2%, getting back into that 50-cent range. We have Cardano up almost 0.5%, slowly climbing back up there. Solana up 4%, trying to claw its way back up there. We got Litecoin up about 1% at $78. And then we have Polkadot up, 0.09%. It's kind of flat, still sitting in the 450 range. Then you have Cosmos up about 0.5%, Link down 0.5%. And of course, you have a Hedera up 0.5% as well. And Quant up about 0.1%, hovering between 100 and kind of going back and forth. Of course, we do have a couple other good ones that we're watching. VeChain up 2.5%. We have Algorand up 1.5%. Render token up almost 6% on the day, back up in the $2 range. You got Phantom up 0.75%. And of course, you got Axie Infinity up 2%, as well as looks like we're getting some good action on the meme coins and things like that. As you see, Pepe is starting to turn the cycle there. So with that said, is overall my portfolio, I've suffered about a $48,000 loss since this time in May. I'm going to share that screen, but we're going to talk more about window. There it is. Share that one. Okay. So we're going to talk more than just crypto here. So overall, like, I'm up 2% from last week, but I was down 7% the week prior. And I kind of been flat for most of the time. This is including the percentages are including my dollar cost averaging in, where I've been putting in large chunks. So with that said, I went from about this time in May, from 481,000 in crypto in a total crypto portfolio to 450,000. And that's with my investment of Chainlink. So with that said, I'm kind of flat on Bitcoin. I went back up a little bit, but I'm still down overall, about 10,000 on Bitcoin. Ethereum, I'm still down about 6,000-7,000. XRP is flat, although we had a nice gain there. I should have taken some profit, but it's not enough to really be bothered with. Then we got Adam. I kind of just going in a downward trend. Same thing with Dot. I'm watching it down, down, down. Quant up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And we got Crow, of course, it's just going in a steady downhill direction. But I might get rid of all the Crow and switch it over to Ethereum and Bitcoin. But who knows? We'll have to see how that goes. And of course, Link, as we know, I just put that investment in today. Also, we got stocks. Here are all my stocks right here. Of course, these are all the ones that I am directly investing in. I don't. Here's where I have my Betterment Wealthfront, which are algorithmic trading softwares that manage your portfolio. Now, keep in mind, these I've been putting money in steadily over my 20-year work history, and I've never made less than 120K a year as a salary. It wasn't until I started my business that I went from $380,000 a year as a area manager for a furniture company, for a furniture store or retailer, down to, good God, I think I went all the way down to like $30,000 I was able to pay myself my first year in the moving company. It's terrible, but I did lose a lot of weight. I went from 490 to 350, I think, that year. So it was like I lost a lot of weight just from the lifestyle change that I had to make. So it was pretty funny seeing my pictures and seeing me now, and I'm still, now I just got to work harder to lose that weight. But we're trying to get my savings and everything get back up there, all my investments and everything. As you can see here, I do pay myself a salary now off my moving company, about 95,000. Max Auto Detailing, 95,000. As we opened up 3 locations, we're getting ready to do some real big corporate businesses. Shout out to Mike Hawk. You said 380K. Yep, that was my salary with bonuses, of course. My base salary was 212. I had a profit bonus, quarterly performance bonuses, and low turnover bonus is what they had. We had to get under like 3% turnover for our regions, and you got another bonus. So for that, but the main thing was profit bonuses, and I executed a 58% close rate, which was 4 times the industry standard in sales out of all my stores. And I made quality people with lower staff, so salespeople weren't fighting. So we started making a lot of money. So everybody was making big profit bonuses. Like my managers were making 30, 40K while I was making 100K. So I always take it as, if I can get a big bonus, it should come out to that my other everybody that works for me is just raking it in. That's just how it should be. But my average manager was making about 120, 130,000 with bonus. Granted, managers only got 1 yearly bonus. The store managers, they did not get a quarterly bonus, but they weren't privy to, in that company, they didn't privy the P&L statements to anyone lower than regional manager. So your area manager had 6 regionals. Then each regional had 10 to 12 store managers. And then, of course, then you had the same amount of assistant managers. And then each one had like 4 or 5, depending on their volume of their stores, 4 or 5. But we were executing at a high level with, let's see, the last 3 years I was there as an area manager, we were doing somewhere between 25% to 50%. I think the year I left, we were on pace for 68%. And that was 2019 when I left. So 68% increase. So that meant more commissions for everybody. I think my average salesperson was making 65 to 70,000 if they're really hustling. I know I had 28 people make the $1 million cruise. So that means you wrote and sold $1 million or more in sales to get the 2-week cruise. So I knew I had quite a few people join it, but I had the second highest in the company for that. And they were a nationwide company, but I was ranked number 2 or number 1 area in the entire company out of 12 areas. So as you can see, it was very hard to do. And if there's anyone from those teams watching, hope you guys are still there making that bag. Really appreciate you guys. You definitely worked hard for those 3 years. Shout out to Fira. What's up? Glad to have you in on the stream, and thank you so much for your support. I know Cody will be with us shortly. But as you guys can see, my trading, where I do my trading picks, I have Bank of America, NLY, which is a mortgage securities company. They've been around for 30 years. Then we have Walmart, Coinbase, Healthcare Association, BlackRock, and then we got AT&T, Apple, Microsoft, and Porch Moving Group. Now, Porch Moving Group is kind of like a dollar value, like it hovers in the dollar area range, and I'm just acquiring a lot of it. As you see here, I got 37,000 shares, and about once a month I always buy a crap ton of those shares. And then everything else is kind of the same. Apple and Microsoft I've been holding since I worked at Radio Shack years ago. That was like 15 years ago, because I was holding Apple when it was worth 450 before the split. So I just been buying, and then it did a 7-for-1 split, and it went down to $75. And then that time I was my peak earnings with Radio Shack. That was 2012, I think it was, and I was really buying it once the split happened. I just kept like shoving $5,000 a week into there, and I closed out all my other positions and bought more of it. And same thing with Microsoft. So that's why those two are so high compared to everything else, is that they have 10 to 15 years of constantly dollar cost averaging in and buying. And now they give me quite a bit of dividends, and they've given me quite a bit of growth over those years. So that's why they're basically the backbone of my portfolio. And as you can see here, I went down the week before about 2%, but I'm up 4% on that. So I'm up 55,000 on that. But that's all because of Apple, Microsoft doing good, and Walmart was started doing pretty good. So, it was just one of those weird things where those are doing. Oh, and Porch Moving Group went from $1 to $1.50, and when you have that many shares, that's quite a bit. Thank you, user 5700. Thanks for your support and following. Really appreciate that. Shout out to the Catman. Thoughts on staking? Staking is a good way. I do stake. Currently. My Crow is being staked on the crypto DeFi wallet, as well as Atom and Dot are being staked. Ethereum, I'm trying to figure out how to stake it with those nodes. Yep, I haven't figured it out yet. I'm kind of last on my list to do it, but I really should, because there's some places I can get like 4% on the DeFi wallets. I might do that. But Atom is a good way. I slowed down my losses on Atom over the last year and a half just because of staking. I mean, every month I get about 2 or 3 extra Atom just by holding it. And if you're staking on the Nano Ledger wallet, you can also get, I would say, I think you get other airdrops and things like that. I know Cody sometimes gets like 2 or 3 grand worth of airdrops sometimes. So you have to keep that in mind with where you're staking. But I would say the best staking is to stake it on a Nano Ledger X and go from there, and then see how that works for you. But just keep in mind, staking sometimes has a long lockup. Shout out to Sean Votes. Really like that Bane comment there. Love it. And thanks for joining the stream. Thanks for your support there. It's you got to be careful with staking, because you can lock it up and you might miss potential exit points and therefore lose potential profits, or you might take a deeper loss than when you would expect. Yeah, shout out to the cat man. Yeah, it's good if you want to if you're holding it for a year or more, or like 3 years, good thing to stake. Shout out to 57. What ledger do you like best? Nano Ledger X. I do have a Nano Ledger X on my PC. I just leave it plugged in on there, but I also have the Arculus wallet too. I'm also thinking about getting the Ledger Stacks one with the LCD screen, but I'm also going to order the EliPal one just so I can do an unboxing and see how hard it is to operate and use and things like that. I do like the EliPal one because it can go completely off grid, as you can store everything on an SD card, but that also runs a risk, as the SD cards, when you take them out in and out, it could cause a decrypting, and could cause the problems in that area. However, it's still a good thing to have. Nano Ledger X is the most popular one, but they are coming out with the Ledger Stacks, which is going to be a pretty cool one, where it has an LCD screen, and you can directly from it trade send your crypto to someone else in person if they have another Stacks, which is pretty cool. And since they're about as popular in the crypto community as an iPhone, I think they're going to do really well. Um, as you see here, I've been running my just if anyone's new, I've been running my businesses for about 5 years now, and I also have been doing. I've been also ranked as a accredited investor until I think about 2 years ago. I applied for it and got through with Link2. So that's where on Link2 I invest in Ripple, Uphold, and Cerebus. Cerebus is an AI company. So it's hard to get a real value on those because the values change all the time. Really, what I'm banking on is if it goes public, that my little share kind of pays off in the long run. Thank you. Shout out to user 5700. Thank you for the info. You're welcome. That's what we're here for. Try to answer everybody's questions. Hey, shout out to Sean Botts. Love the Bane comments. Keep them coming. With that said, here my portfolio is definitely going to be going into the dark. With the red coming soon, because we're going to get another downturn. Definitely, it's going to keep going, but in other areas, in stocks and in real estate. The only thing, if I assess the value of my properties that I hold, I definitely went down quite a bit in the value, but I would classify as unpopular properties, not the high-end houses that people like, but the crazy things. As you can see here, if you guys are on the YouTube side, you can definitely see here that the total value of my properties is about 11.4 million. Average mortgage value, the mortgage value is 3.2 roughly, and then you have the total value of properties after debt about 8.1, which of course I'm going to use quite a bit of that to go get another large apartment community, which I'm going in with a family member of mine that we're going to hopefully try to get. I mean, there's no hope on that. It's going to take a while. Where's the shout out to user 5700? Where's the best place to still get XRP? I've always, for the entire time I've been in crypto, I've been getting it on Uphold, and that's really it, just on Uphold. So I think there's a couple other places, but once I found Uphold, I kind of stopped there, as I can buy every one of the coins in my portfolio off of Uphold, and then I use Coinbase for like ETH and Bitcoin, because it's a little quicker to get it off of there. Let me go back over to here. As you see here, rental revenue. This is not counting taxes that I got to take out too. So this is all just straight cash, and then of course I got to pay a tremendous amount of taxes. So like my total income for this year, as it's trending, is going to be about just shy of $1 million. As you can see here, my net worth, and I just kind of did a evaluation, did a software check on what I can do with some companies that I own. As you see, we got some ownerships in some other companies, construction company. I started up my logistics company, and my detail company, which since it doesn't have a lot of capital assets in it, it was only worth the average of 12 months of sales. It was estimated about $100,000. So that's all I could put on it, because that's what I put into it. But the moving company, with the sales and the 6 locations, comes out to just shy of $13 million if I wanted to sell it. I still think that's a little low number for the amount of rapid growth. The other two, the construction company and the logistics company, I based it off of my percentage of ownership and the value of the contracts we signed for each of those companies. So all in all, it's like I could sell it feasibly if I can get the total value and probably retire, but I can't do that. I'm only 39. I got too many years to go. So, but as you can see here, my overall portfolio, I'm just down from where I was last last month. I'm down for the year overall. I've probably lost in crypto alone probably about 100,000 in crypto as all the values have been going down. Definitely lost a lot during the FTX debacle. That was crazy. Everything just tanked like 30-40% then. But it looks like everything's back on the upward trend. So if you guys are just getting into crypto, you got in before that drop, and then the thing was coming back, I'm telling you, man, it's going to come back. I'm telling you right now, it's going to come back. I know Cody's put in a lot in there, put a lot into his portfolio before then, and it went down. So it looks like he's been flat, but he's actually growing. So like I think he went down from like 25,000 to like a 10,000, but he keeps investing, so his is going up. Keep in mind he's only 22. He's going to turn 23, so he's only worked for the last 3 years, really. So it's definitely, how should I put it? He's definitely set up to make some really great success on this next bull run. Shout out to Caddy, welcome back. Glad to have you in here. You were in here in the morning. I think did I make you? No, I'll make you a moderator. There you go. Good room. All right, and give me a second, Caddy. I'll get you that invite to our Discord. All moderators get access to Discord, as well as if all everybody's welcome to join the Patreon to get that. And I want to talk really quick about the Patreon because I actually got 2 people I'm going to interview in August, and to start off the interviews, and they're going to be people within my circle that I do business with or that I have met through networking, that actually own businesses, successful businesses, growth and everything. So if you want to see those videos, they're only going to be posted on Patreon, as we do have to do a lot of work and spend a lot of money to really get there. So, and a lot of it's being led by Cody too. So he should be, I think it's only fair that he should be compensated for his efforts, since a lot of it was his idea to get it started. So, but we're going to be doing some of those. I'm going to bring on some people that I know, and hopefully we'll reach out to other people and bring a tremendous amount of value to our Patreon for you guys. I'm want to here take a quick look at the charts because I really fascinated by the quant chart. We're not. It keeps going in the opposite of where I think it's going, but it looks like maybe about an hour ago was a good time to buy some quant as it went down on a nice dip and is slowly rebounding. But it's staying between $101 and $98 range. So we're staying right in that range there. So if you have quant in your portfolio and you really believe in that project, then it is definitely a good time to keep dollar cost averaging in. I think in another 2 years, we'll never see these low prices ever again with quant. Too much institutional money involved, and there is actual value with the project going forward. So it's really hard for me to say that this can go down. It looks like it can only go up. And if you hold XRP, bear with the volatility right now. A lot of it just has to do with FUD and fear, really, as people are dumping their shares and everything. However, I do think that it's going to have a great rebound. But as you can see here, we're in a sell-off point, so it almost touched that. We're getting close to that 50-cent range and testing it. But I see one up or down. We kind of formed a W, so it's going to take a bigger dive. Shout out to Ketty. Just took a break from tapping on the screen to go grab some more quant. Absolutely. It is at a great point to just keep dollar cost averaging in. And just shout out to Caddy. Really appreciate her support. It's been with us for quite a while, so really appreciate her support there. As you can see here with XRP, we're on a downward trend. Although if I wake up tomorrow and XRP is back in the 45-cent range, I might do a degenerate play and put in another huge order of XRP. Don't know yet. We'll have to find out. I'll have to see how the way it's going. Every time I try to predict it, we seem to go in a different direction. But as you can see here, we had a nice W. Now we're making another one here. but this was kind of like a flattened W. But we're back to this range right here, so we're probably should go back down to 48, and then it's going to bounce all the way up to back up to 50. So really wondering if we can get if that's going to happen if that if that's going to happen that way. But of course, we could always hit that other low, getting all the way down to 47 on it. But either way, it's looking like in about 5 hours we should have a good entry point on XRP and good point to dollar cost average in Atom. I haven't made a decision to buy any Atom just yet. If I go back here, as you see here on the 15-minute chart, we're still climbing out of that rut. It's still at a good buy, but I'm kind of hoping for it to get down to the 750 range, if not $7 range. I'd really love to have that. As you can see here, the sell pressure is pretty high, and it looks like someone just unloaded almost 800 Atom onto the market, so that's quite a bit. But all of its small amounts being sold with quite a bit of 2, 3, 400 buy orders coming through. So you never know really where it's going to go, but it looks like we should be on a downward trend with large buy orders and a lot of large sell orders with a lot of small buy orders. We should be on a downward trend. I can't really say though, but it's probably what's probably going to happen. We're going to hit the resistance level, getting close to $9 again, and then we're going to drop down again and go back down to 850. That's what it seems to look like for me. If we go over to look at Dot's another one. It's just flat, but these two, the volume has just been killed on it. Dropped like over 50-60% in just 24 hours on the volume. But it looks like Dot here is looking like we're starting to have another sell-off. You see a lot of Dot being sold. There's almost 1,200, 700, 700. I saw a couple like 600, 500, 400, 800 Dot. But then you see here 400, 200, 25, but not that many buy orders coming through. So expect to see a lower price on Dot. Definitely expect to see a lower price on it. We may wake up tomorrow and it's at the $4 range, which would be great because then you could really dollar cost average in and get quite a bit of money off of it, off of this trade when the bull run comes. As you see, I bought Link. Actually, I'm now losing Link because I bought it at 516. Now it's down to 512, so we're starting on a downward trend as that. Well, I'd probably expect another 5% down if you're going to, when you wake up tomorrow morning. That's probably what's going to happen there. Let's see here. We also have, we did Quan, but we can certainly go back to Bitcoin here. As you hear, Bitcoin's kind of doing the same thing. We're starting to get a lot of sell pressure. And I've been seeing like 5 or 6 being sold, as well as a lot of dust being sold there. So, but it's probably also people taking profits, and you're not seeing a lot of buy orders either. Like a lot of dust, a couple 2s, couple 1s, couple 3s, but we're not seeing any degenerate selling there. But we do definitely have quite a bit going on there. But I still think we're probably going to see a 2% downplay on this, as it is looking like it went through, tested that level at 27,000, and we're starting to fall back. So it looks like what we should do is fall back to the low 26s, and then it's probably going to bounce back up again and form a nice W. So, that's probably what's going to happen there. But other than that, it's looking like if we go over to the long haul, it looks like we're probably not going to get anywhere near those lows. Or if we go back to the day chart, we're definitely not going to get anywhere near. It should be right here. Yeah, this would happen last year. We're probably not going to see those levels. That was probably the bottom. Right now, we're probably trading sideways at the second up bottom from it, as we're starting to climb up and prepare for the bull run. That's what it looks like. And then all this will smooth out as we go to higher heights. Shout out to Jamal. Thanks for the follow. Really appreciate it. Hope you like and share the stream. We really appreciate everyone's support and everyone's. I know that it's late at night. People are getting tired. Everybody's got work and family to take care of, but it's just a little late for us. Shout out to 5700, user 5700. I like the way you roll, the way to say things without saying things. I appreciate the comment there. Thank you for your support. I try. When you got a financial license, I can't really give too much information um, without being careful. But it's like I can't give you the information that flashy information. It doesn't work. Like it never has. So the what works is the boring, unsexy information about building businesses and everything like that. And it sucks because it's not flashy, it's not fun, and it takes forever to do. Let's see here. I don't think we have anything. Oh, I never pulled up ETH. I do apologize. Let me pull up ETH here. That's of course, my other one in portfolios. Now, I'm looking at ETH. Let me go back to the 15-minute chart. Like I'm looking for it to really all the way to back down to the $1,000 range, but I don't know if that's going to happen. If it's going to happen, it's probably going to happen around the FTX case when it goes to trial in October and we learn more information about it. The whole crypto market is probably going to drop another 30% from that case. Just because we're going to find out some more degenerate things about FTX and SBF and probably some things about the SEC and Gary Gensler and all that other craziness. But as you see here, though, when we get back to ETH, it went back up there. It keeps trying to get past the 1750 range, but it's not happening. We're going to go back down to the low 1700s again, and then we're going to start going back up. But lately, ETH has not been making more than 1 or 2% moves, maybe a couple 5% ups or dips, but we're not seeing a lot of action on it because it's been trading sideways with a lot of good news. Because for about the same amount of sell level, there's an equal amount of buy level, which is what is keeping the price pretty even. But as you see here, let me pull up the crypto and greed fear index. Right now, we're at a neutral 4,900. We're actually getting back into the greed territory. And what that's going to happen is that means there's people starting to buy more. As we know, BlackRock is buying Bitcoin for their Bitcoin ETF that they're sent over to the SEC. We also have Grayscale suing the SEC still, and we have also Fidelity coming out with a Bitcoin ETF. So there's still a lot. There's a lot of hedge funds and institutions buying Bitcoin and Ethereum, as well as quant, as JP Morgan is in quant and Ethereum. And I think almost everybody's in Bitcoin and things like that, but they're not really in the altcoins. Not as much. They were in the big bull run, but not so much after that. I can't really see too much. Which charts? Shout out to user 5700. Which charts do you monitor? I really just take a look at quant, Ethereum, XRP, Bitcoin. What's the other one? Dot, Atom, Crow, and now Chainlink. And I really use KuCoin to look at those charts. Shout out to Presenting Facts. Glad to have you in here. I hold SPLG, sell options, FAR, OTM for the extra yield during the standstill. 0.7 gain, good for me. Yeah, absolutely. Then that's another thing I want to say. Like, don't be too greedy with your gains. Like, you don't have to wait for 100x. But if you get a 50%, gain, take it when you can. If you're steady gains when you can, and you're trying to have your gains outpace the losses, then you'll have a good track record for your portfolio. If you keep trying to wait around for that 100x, you're eventually going to hit a wall where you lose everything, and that could very well happen. Shout out to Presenting Facts. Liquidity kind of asked it. it is kind of it kind of is with a lot of altcoins right now. Just because there's not that many people, not too many retail investors. But as the next bull run comes in, as popularity comes back, as the greed and fear index tips more into the like the 70 and 80 range on greed, you'll probably start to see more liquidity and everything that you're holding. But shout out to all new people joining in. Glad to have you in there. Hope you like and subscribe to the channel. Really appreciate all your guys' support and everything. I'm still waiting on Cody. I might just let me try to send him another invite here real quick because I know he's got some great news with his portfolio. Let's see here. There we go. Got that invite sent over again for him. And if you guys want to join us live, the link is in the chat on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. So feel free to join us live. Really, really appreciate all your anyone's input or thoughts on their portfolio and where they think the market's going. Of course, but if you want to just state your comments, I will definitely shout them out here. I know it's getting rather late. We're almost up to 9:30. We've been on for about an hour, so really appreciate you guys bearing with us on a Monday night of all things for what's in your portfolio. But with that said, I really don't have too much other things going on while I'm investing. I will say that my logistics company is getting all finalized. Once everything's put through, I will definitely announce what that name is. Shout out to Caddy. How many different tokens do you have? Right now, let's see here. I think I have 8. 8 is my total here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I have 8. Link, Crow, Quant, Dot, Atom, XRP, Ethereum, and Bitcoin. Shout out to Caddy. I wanted to keep mine small, but now I have like 35. I see that you're taking the shotgun approach. Much appreciated. I did kind of had the same approach in the beginning where I was just like every one coin I picked, I tried to find one to hedge it with. But then I just said, you know what, I'm just going to stick with the one projects I like and keep my portfolio no more than 10. And right now I'm at 8. So I have 2 more open slots, and one of them might be taken by Litecoin in the future, in the coming future. So definitely look out for that. If you are joining the Patreon, you'll know exactly when I buy Litecoin, as well as any other coins that I buy or anytime I take profits. And of course, you get all the replays and all that stuff and access to the exclusive videos that will be coming down the road. Let's see here. So I usually don't try to keep my crypto portfolio too many coins, just because it's too much information to track. As you can see, new coins pop up like clockwork every day, and trying to keep a hold of everything is just too much. So I only really do blue chip coins on with crypto, and same thing with my stocks. I don't really pick a lot of high risk stocks. And as you can see right now, the crypto market's at 1.08 trillion with a $25 billion trade volume, with 48% Bitcoin dominance, with ETH at just shy of 20%. And you see here, when I came into crypto, it was like 15,000 cryptos. Now we're almost up to 26,000 and 643 exchanges. So it's definitely still a fast growing market. I definitely can see another 20 coins getting involved in there. So definitely, if you guys are getting in now or leery about getting in or staying in, you're at the very beginning of the runway. We got a long way to go with crypto on there. Now stocks have been around, of course, for almost over 100 years. Shout out to user 57. What were your stocks again? Yes, Bank of America, NLY, New York, something like that. I can't remember their exact name, but I've been holding them forever. Walmart, Coin, Health, HCA, Health Care Association, BlackRock, AT&T Mobility, Apple, Microsoft, and Porch Moving Group. Those are the stock picks I hold, as well as I have Betterment and Wealthfront, which I just plow money into their algorithmic based trading platforms. Shout out to Cody joining us in. Well, wait, what's up, Cody? How are you doing? Oh, I think his mic might be a little. Let me pull his
Oh,
mic.
I was muted on accident. What's up?
There we go. Hey, Cody, what's up? Glad to have you in
This has been going on for an hour already. I didn't even notice.
here. Shout out to Caddy. She says hi, Cody.
What's up?
glad to glad to have you in here. All I've really been doing is just going over taking my L's in my overall portfolio of
I've
everything.
I've taken a couple L's too.
My biggest one being crypto. I think, like I said, if you're just joining us in the beginning of the stream, I said, I looks like I've lost about a total from I'd say from November when the FTX debacle happened to now. Although it's just starting to slowly gain back some of the value in the last couple months, but I would say it's probably about 25% down, 25-30% down from maybe like the end of October till now. Because once that SBF stuff happened, it just everything took a dive, really.
One thing I want to talk about though is I remember when somebody recommended Hex and Pulse Chain on here. In
Mm-hmm.
my opinion, and this is just totally random, but Richard Hart is a scammer, and everybody needs to know that. The fact that people are able to go on his personal website and his social media platforms and not see that as a scam, like it's a problem.
Yeah, it's like the one reason why I don't invest in cryptos that I can't put into my Nano Ledger or any
Exactly.
of my hard wallets, just because I'm not keeping it on MetaMask, and MetaMask is already glitchy and kind of hacky, so I kind of stay away from it.
A lot of hackers and scammers like to use MetaMask.
Yep, exactly. And it's just way too easy to get into, so I don't like it.
Yeah.
I like using my hard wallets and the Arculus wallet, which is attached to my phone. But shout out to Cody. He bought some quant this morning and has plans to really dollar cost average all the way through
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have
this
50
month.
coins by the end of this month.
Yeah, which is good. We may have more because it's hopefully looking like we're going to see a nice 15% dip as people are going in. But it's really weird because the crypto greed and fear index is getting up into the green now. It was at we were getting going into the low 40s, but then it switched back, and now we're going back into neutral territory. So it's just kind of hard to say, but I do see on every coin that I hold, I see what look like retail investment orders on everything because I see very very small amounts, and that's not a bot doing it. It's too arbitrary of a number. It's like a weird number that's picked every time. So it looks like people just investing what they can. But
Yeah.
I
I've
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Cody.
I've noticed, especially for quant, that the retail buys are going up.
Oh yeah, let's go back over to quant over here. Where did I put that? Did I really? Oh man, it got deleted off. All right, let's go pull up quant again because it's like you're seeing here like 2.5, 0.6, 7, 14, 14, 7, 5, 10, 15, 28, 20. Like those are all retail orders going through. And like the sell side, 30, 28, but mostly dust being sold off.
Yeah. I
So
plan on buying big into Ethereum as well because I am buying a bunch of quant this month. But
mhm.
after I buy quant, I'm gonna buy up a good amount of ETH.
Yeah, definitely. I'm thinking I'm probably other than Litecoin, which I'm really, really watching, which maybe in the next week I might buy a chunk of Litecoin as well. It depends. Oops, I'm gonna go back over here. Oh no, my Litecoin tab disappeared. Um, I really do want. I'm really am trying to stay alert on Litecoin, but I don't think we're at a buy point just yet. I'm really trying to hold it out and see if we can go even a little lower, just a little bit, to just kind of like cut me in slack. But like I was saying earlier, a lot of times it's guesswork on these charts, and the last few several days it's been going in the opposite direction where I thought it would go. So
Oh yeah, we never fully know
yeah,
what's going on.
yep, exactly, exactly. And if you guys are new coming in, I know that we've been on for a while and it's rather late, but we do appreciate you guys for, joining in with us. If you are joining in with us live, the if you want to join the Discord, the link is in the Patreon. And, Cody, myself, as well as the moderators will be there. And anyone that's joined up with Patreon, you can definitely get in on there because it's an open forum for investment questions. Uh, you guys want to do like working on research or anything like that, it's definitely a good thing because the more minds that you have looking at a project, the better your chances of getting a quality investment out of it come out of it, man. But other than that, it's like you got some crazy things still going on. We got Fidelity putting in a Bitcoin ETF along with BlackRock. Um, it's definitely looking like a great interesting time. We have a lot of big institutions buying Ethereum and Bitcoin. Shout out to Manuel Pina. What's up with Quant? Yeah, it's been kind of trading sideways. If
So
you
also, what's going on with Quant too is the Quant team. They did do a little dump on how much tokens they hold,
Yes, yes,
and people are freaking out over that. But the Ethereum Foundation did the same thing. Like that is normal.
yes, that's
When Ethereum
completely normal.
when Ethereum hit its all time high in 2018, they sold off. When it hit $1,400, which was all time high at the time, they sold off a lot.
Yeah, and that's part of a business. A lot of people that work for them get compensated. With private equity companies, they get compensated with stock. With crypto companies, they get compensated with the token. And so when their risk tolerance hits, they usually start selling. Or what probably happened was, you got to remember these guys might have been working like several years without getting paid. So now their tokens got released and they're allowed to sell them. So they're trying to get money for all their hard work, which they certainly do deserve it and earn it. However, it did cause Quant to drop overall about $15 from the 115 range back down to the 100 range, which makes it really, really good for us to dollar cost average in and get some more bang for our buck as we're dollar cost averaging in.
I mean, I hope it'll keep dropping a little bit more because I want to buy so much more. Like
Yeah.
I'm fully bullish on Quant returning next bull run and
Hmm.
breaking all time highs.
Yeah, exactly. Uh, I'm really hoping we get another $50 range, but the most I could probably hope for is maybe an 80 to 85 range. I think that's probably the closest we're gonna get.
Just watching it because it hit $45 to $50 in mid 2022, and then after
Mhm.
that, just seeing how hard it's been holding up, like, and it hasn't been dropping. Like that's a good sign to me that people are just buying every dip for
Yeah,
Quant.
as you can see here, it went right about there. I think it was around June. It went to a pretty good low. I think $47 was its low, and then when we went back all the way back up to about 170, and then we just been kind of holding sideways for the rest of the time. But it's still a good investment. Definitely one you should have because in a couple years you may never see these numbers again. You may
Oh
never,
no.
and it looks like quite a few people are buying a lot. Like, yeah, someone just put in $2,200 worth of quant. 5, 7, 8, 10, 14, 14, 10, 28, 28. Yeah, definitely people putting in quite a bit in there. Not as much sells though.
What's going to happen
Also,
is the exchanges on their balance sheets, they're going to run out of quant. That's exactly
exactly.
what's going to happen.
I was just about to say the same thing. All the balances of quant on the exchanges is very low. So what's going to happen is when this bull run happens, quant's going to skyrocket just because it's going to be very hard for people to get access to it. And you might
Is-
only have to sell one quant to get a crap ton of profit.
Isn't there going to be some good arbitrage opportunities too? Because some exchanges will want to pay more than others for quant.
Yes. I noticed that crypto.com, whatever the trading rate of quant is, it's always about $2 to $3 higher.
Yeah, because they're probably very low on it.
Yeah, and they're a larger exchange, so they need massive amount of reserves to handle huge buy orders. Otherwise, if they can't facilitate those, the price will skyrocket too much, and of course, it forces the average investor out. But with that being said, I mean, we're just sitting at like a flat market, so dollar cost averaging is probably the best thing I could say to do as a trader if you're trying to get into the crypto industry or increase your portfolio. Like just keep dollar cost averaging. But I wouldn't do it like every day. I would do it probably like once every 2 weeks.
Yes, once every 2 weeks. Treat it like a pay period. Treat it as if
Yeah,
your
exactly.
crypto portfolio is an employee and you're paying that employee every 2 weeks.
Yep. And just put a little bit in, pick your investments, do a little bit, move it over to your hard wallet. Um, I don't think I know the SEC is gonna it's going to kind of it's going to kind of cause more fun and craziness in the crypto industry for the rest of this year, but we just got to weather through it and dollar cost average through it. Shout out to Emmanuel Pina. What's a good amount of quant to have for the next run? um Cody and I think 100 quant is probably a good target.
I'd say 50 to 100 is perfect.
Yeah, that's probably because if we're looking at a price target average of 3,000 per coin in the next bull run, that
I'm
would
looking at about 1,000 being my main sell point because I'm going to have way too much money in there at 1,000. I'm going to have $100,000 worth of quant
yeah.
by then. That's going to be way too much money for me to be like, all right, I can't keep holding this because
Yeah,
$100,000 right now would change my life. I gotta lock in this 100 grand.
exactly. And you got to lock in profits when you're comfortable with your
And I know
profits.
it's easy for me to say that right now because the emotions aren't there yet. It's going to be really hard to stick to your plan once the emotions come in, once you see that much money. Because sometimes you're going to be like, man, I might want to hold a little bit longer because this ain't, I might make more. And that's when you screw yourself. Because let's say a quant hits $1,000, right? And then the next morning, a lot of people are taking profits and selling. You see quant dip down to like
Mhm.
800, 700. You're
Yeah,
freaking out.
exactly.
You're freaking out.
Yeah, and if you're not used to those swings,
Just like in the bear market, how you dollar cost average in, treat that as the same thing in a bull market. You're dollar cost averaging out.
exactly.
But except if you see a life changing amount of money, I wouldn't worry about dollar cost averaging out. I'd just take it. Because if it's that life changing, just take it. Because
Yeah,
you'd wake
exactly.
up the next morning, you'd probably be like, if only I would have cashed out last night. Then you go through depression. And a bull run, like there's tons of up and down. Like just because we're in a bull run, it doesn't mean things are going to go straight up. Like there's going to
Yeah.
be heavy downs. Like I'm talking like when we hit $50,000 Bitcoin, $60,000 Bitcoin, and 2 years ago, and then we dropped down 50% to $30,000, and we stayed at $30,000 exactly 2 years ago all summer. We had like a summer lull, and we just stayed at $30,000, and then at the end of the year, we hit about 60, not 60, almost $70,000. So
hmm Yeah, you just got to wait for those unique times, but take profits as you go. The best way I do it is if I originally invested, say, like 10,000 into it, and it goes up to 20,000, take profits back down to 10,000. But I'm looking to grab as much quant as I can, as well as Ethereum and Bitcoin right now, just trying to get it in there. My other alts, XRP, I'm kind of happy with my position in XRP, but the price keeps going down a little bit. I might put in another purchase order of it and get it a little bit higher because I still think a $3.50 XRP is going to happen soon, and when I mean soon, within the next 6 to 12 months, and that's going to really going to change the crypto world when that happens.
Oh yeah, the SEC is going to lose some credibility when that happens.
Shout out to Manuel Pina. What are your thoughts on Filecoin and ICP? Filecoin, I get what they're trying to do, but I don't think the SEC is going to win its case against it, but it's very low right now.
ICP is not a great investment in my opinion. I don't like ICP at all.
Oh, there you go. There's your thoughts from
That's
Cody.
just my opinion. I don't like ICP. After doing research, looking at that price action when it first came out, doing digging, it raises some red flags.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind
Shout
of
out to
like
Mr. Steele. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
it's kind of like you meet a girl and you kind of dig into her social media and you're like, that's some red flags.
Very true. Very true. I'm neither one of those are on my watch list, so I don't really pay too much attention to them, and I haven't really looked up ICP. Shout out to Mr. Steele. Thoughts on Algo and Ada? Well, Ada seems to be getting nuked right now, so I don't know how that's going to fare. Although I think the SEC lawsuit against it is unfair.
I don't like Charles Hoskinson. I really don't.
Yeah, I don't either, but at the same time, I
I think
I
he's a
understand.
little egotistical, not because he flaunts. It's not. It has nothing to do. Well, he doesn't flaunt really. It's just how he is. And if you watch his videos, a lot of people say the same thing, but you would understand what I'm saying if you truly just listen to him talk. It's I wouldn't say it's like a cult. I'd say something like Hex. Hex is definitely a cult because there's
Mhm.
no way. I mean, all of Hex's supporters are just delusional. And remember that one guy in there that kept saying like, "Ah, you don't understand," because I kept telling him, I said, "I don't like Hex and postings." He was all like, "Man, you don't understand Richard Hart." Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, I do understand him. He's a scam artist.
Mhm. Well, I never really got into the Hex community. I understand everything, but it seemed very similar to Dogecoin and Shiba Coin. I just didn't get involved in it. My thoughts there, Steele, is that you're probably better off with a long term play with Algo than Ada. Ada right now is probably just going to be flat and stagnant.
Gary Gensler used to actually talk about Algo and how he liked it, and it's crazy how he's going after it now.
Yeah, it goes to show you. I think he's just a little butthurt about his buddy SPF getting indicted. So that's that's probably what's happening.
Because he probably thought that SBF had a chance to get by with this. SBF, how serious of a charge do you think? Like, do you think he could really get life in prison?
Yes, I think he's going to get a probably 60 to 80 year sentence. And
He's gonna freak the hell out when that happens in that courtroom.
yeah,
Oh my god, it's gonna be a meltdown. I want to see
yeah,
that live action.
he's going to have probably the world's greatest meltdown. He and it's the craziest because is um the SEC is really they're a bunch of lawyers, so they're not like the FBI. What SBF is really getting in trouble for is, and what he could really get locked away for a long time is the over donations and political collusions that he was trying to do, and manipulation of the cryptoverse through regulation and trying to manipulate Congress, the Congress to in effect make changes for crypto, that alone could get him a lifetime sentence, not counting all the fraud and Ponzi stuff that he was doing.
Really, that alone.
Yes, that alone. So it might happen where he's going to be like Madoff, where he's just going to have so many consecutive sentences. He might as well just, if he was immortal, it would be forever for him to get out.
How long did Madoff get charged with?
180 years, I think it was,
He got
and he,
180 years.
yep, they wanted the sentence to carry weight on
You
them
know
because
what's crazy? I've heard of a drunk driver getting 17 years. A drunk driver that killed somebody. That's crazy.
yeah, they're not playing around with these sentences anymore. Like you're not walk like 40 years ago, the financial industry, you committed fraud, it was 2 years minimum security. Now you're getting like 60, 80 years maximum security. You're getting they're getting thrown in there with the murderers and everyone else. So
Wait, financial fraudsters are being put in maximum security prisons.
yep, they're making a statement with them now because a financial crime that's done to someone who's elderly, their life is destroyed. If you hit someone at 60 with a Ponzi scheme, their life is destroyed. So
Yeah, they can't recover.
it's impossible for them to recover. So they're treating it as if you killed them. That's basically how they're doing it. Shout out to Mr. Steele. All manipulation by the SEC. You're absolutely right. BlackRock wants cheap crypto. Again, they're all facts stated there. BlackRock's been trying to corner the crypto market for the longest time by saying it scam. They've been talking down on it the whole time, while on the side they've been trying to buy up all of it. So
Because they still see money to be made.
exactly, they're going to make money however they can and whenever they can, and in any manner that they can. So just be aware that that's how BlackRock average does.
You
But
know
you
what
also,
I was thinking about earlier? Imagine if you would have gotten Bitcoin in 2010 when it was just pennies, right? You got
yep,
like billions of dollars in Bitcoin and you're an average Joe. How would
yeah,
you sell it? You'd have to sell it to somebody like BlackRock. You'd have to sell, if you had $1 billion, you're an average Joe who got in Bitcoin from the beginning and you have thousands and thousands of Bitcoin. You would have to sell it to a large entity because you can't sell it on an exchange. It's KYC, you can't do that.
mhm.
You'd have to sell it to a huge entity.
Yeah, you couldn't sell it all at once. It would be very hard for any exchange to facilitate such a large sell order like that. But you'd also tank the market. So what would most likely happen is one of those they would find your wallet, find where you are, and then offer you money under the table for it, which isn't bad. It's just companies protecting the asset and protecting their investment because you don't want to have such a large order when you bought it for like 50,000 per Bitcoin, and then someone sells that and it gets registered, and then all of a sudden it drops like 20%. You've lost quite a bit in an instant, and funds like BlackRock don't want that to happen.
Yeah.
So, but with that said, I don't have anything else for you guys. I kind of went over all mine. If you guys want to watch the live and watch the replays, definitely join in on you can join in on YouTube and look at and Rumble and watch all our replays there. You can also join the Patreon and get some more exclusive content there if you'd like, as well as like and subscribe is free. We definitely really appreciate that because the more people that join in, the more interactions we have and the more information we get for investing. That's how we roll. But do you have any thoughts, Cody, as we kind of ended up? And I know you kind of came in a little late,
I
but
definitely came in late, but no, I mean, I pretty much enjoyed the little bit I had in the stream.
yeah, and we will be back tomorrow at 8:30 this time. Definitely on time. Uh 8:30 for our crypto morning chat. So we have our crypto morning chat every Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. Central Time. What's in your portfolio? Normally every Sunday at 9 a.m. Central Time, and then Wednesday at 6:30 Central Time. We always have always go over a case involved with crypto or some of the ongoing cases that are going on with the SEC, Voyager, Celsius, all that fun stuff, as well as how to avoid pitfalls and scams because trust me, the rest of this year, you're going to start seeing them. They're going to be out there. Hey, shout out to Logan. Glad to have you in. The last three streams, you managed to come in right when we're giving the final thoughts. Oh, man, my day's going great, buddy. I hope you're having a wonderful day. We really do appreciate all your support. Um, it is. And like I said, it's like even though I'm down lots of money on my crypto investment, I'm looking for it in the long haul. Just hoping to just hoping that I might make the right choices in there for you. But with that said, though, we're gonna call it quits today at about an hour and a half into the stream. Um, making shout out to Logan making some money. Well, my real estate business and my moving company are making money. Everything else is kind of seems like I'm kind of flatlining on everything else, but we'll see. It's just how I am. I've been grinding this out for the last 5 years, and it feels like Cody and I were just talking about it. It feels like we're in a we're stuck in jail for life as we are trying to grow and increase our wealth here.
Oh
But
yeah.
shout out to Logan. I'm definitely chasing that bag. I hope you guys are chasing the bag and doing all the research necessary to help protect your growth. It's definitely very, very important that you do that. Um, so we're gonna see you guys tomorrow. Definitely, yeah. Keep your head up. You'll have a big hit coming soon. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I will. Definitely off of some of the bigger businesses I've been investing in on the privately with some people. So hopefully those pay out really well for me. But thank you guys. We're gonna see you tomorrow. We got some news, more just news about crypto space. We're probably gonna wake up to a 5% down tomorrow. So do expect that to happen. Uh, I don't really have much more than final thoughts. Then just give us a like, give us a subscribe, shout out to us. Yep, Logan will be on at 8:30 a.m. tomorrow. I'll be on time this time because I won't be out on the trucks for my moving company. So, and as you know, where the staff's is getting harder and harder to get good quality people. But we're getting there. We're getting there. But thank you guys. We'll check you out tomorrow. I'm gonna get some rest and do some research for some things I want to talk about tomorrow. So thank you guys, and we will see you tomorrow.